A NoMoreStinkyMonkeys.com production. Well, I got this history from Wikipedia. A Visit from St. Nicholas was written by Clement C. Moore for his children and then published on December 23rd, 1823, by a friend of his in New York's Troy Sentinel newspaper. It is responsible for many of the conceptions of Santa Claus that we still have to this day. At the time, New Year's Day was the big holiday for families to get together, but Christmas was starting to make inroads for the move to the top spot. Protestants were hesitant about it since they felt Christmas was the result of Catholic ignorance and deception. So while Sleepy Hollow's author, Washington Irving, had written a piece about St. Nicholas coming on Christmas Day, Moore changed it to Christmas Eve so that it had less religious problems. It seems that political correctness has always existed in some capacity. Before that, Christmas was a time of drunkenness and overall adult-themed craziness. But after that, New Yorkers embraced Moore's child-centered version of Christmas, like as if they were doing it all their lives. Now here is my first reading of what is commonly called "Twas the Night Before Christmas." I hope you like it. "'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mamma in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the roof there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutter, and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whispered and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Cupid, on Comet, on Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. Then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes how they twinkled, his dimples how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of his pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed, like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave to me know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, here he drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night, from the Freditor.